YouTube, what is going on, gang? Listen, today I got the two biggest long-range metas, and I want to kind of break down why you shouldn't use these in Resurgence Ranked, or maybe which of the two you should use. So I have the SVA and I have the DG58. On the SVA, we got the Sonic Suppressor, the SVT Precision Barrel, the Jack Glassless Optic, 60 round mag, and the high grain ammunition. For the DG58, we have the Casus Brake, the Woody Long Barrel, Corio Eagle Eye 2.5 Optic, Recoil Reduction, Butt Pad, and the Bruin Heavy Support Underbarrel Grip. Let's take these into the firing range and kind of break them down. I think there's a couple key parts with both these guns that really are make or break whether you're going to use these or not. So the first thing, we always talk about recoil. When we're talking about the SVA in terms of being a meta, we're not talking about using it fully auto. We are talking about using it as a burst. You get a higher damage profile when you do use this gun as a burst. We can give an automatic recoil pattern. Let's go ahead and do that. We went all the way to the ceiling. It has pretty aggressive recoil, but for your first 25 plus shots, it's practically straight up and down, and this gun definitely kills within that. So we can full auto this gun and see performance. Go ahead and throw 3 plates on here so we get accurate performance here. So we can, like I said, full auto, and that's fine and dandy. It really doesn't have too much bounce. Here's where this gun gets magic. This gun is actually crazy. So you switch it to semi-auto. The burst on this gun's 2 shots. I'm going to pull it down when I shoot so you can see that there are 2 bullets. See, there's 2 bullets in a burst with this gun. I'm not going to touch the joystick. I'm just going to let this gun shoot. I'm going to shoot as fast as I can. It absolutely does not move. That is unreal of a pattern for a long-range AR in this game, and that translates across the whole shooting range. That's not touching the joystick. I mean, we get on target here. Let's get on target, and we just shoot. That's drift at that point. There we go. It's unbelievable how accurate this gun actually is. It kills extremely fast. It's definitely a solid gun, but there's a big but there. There's a downside to this gun. With it not being fully auto, you don't really get the same effect. I've always been a firm believer of fully auto guns absolutely ripping, not just in the sense of like damage, but flinch. If you're shooting at a target from this far and you're putting burst shots on him, if he has something maybe like this, where he can absolutely dump a bunch of bullets fast, it really kind of ensues panic. When you're getting ripped up close, you kind of freak out. And I think that plays a huge part. Obviously, this gun kills very fast, but with that being said, it is a burst, and some people don't have that trigger finger. They don't want to do that. That's where this gun comes in. This is the DG58. This is going to be our recoil test here. I'm going to aim at the middle, thumb off joystick. Unreal, dude. That's 60 shots, 3/4 up the board, and practically a vertical straight up and down, a little bit to the left, nothing crazy. This gun is so accurate. It competes fully with the SVA. I mean, this is me controlling that recoil pattern compared to the SVA. I mean, they are legitimately neck and neck for how accurate they are. It really is going to come down to preference. That's kind of what we're going to break down. So here's your TTK with this gun. Now with both of these firearms, obviously you can go and customize these. You can change them both. You do not have to run the glassless optic here. I will say with a burst gun though, you probably want to have a glassless optic for up close confrontation. With the DG58, this is an LMG. It's going to move a little slower. I'm really only going to pull this out for range, so having the Corio Eagle Eye 2.5 optic is definitely going to make that difference. With that being said, with the glassless optic, you will have even less visual recoil. It will feel even more like a laser beam when you throw a red dot on this thing. It doesn't necessarily have to be the glassless. That's just a preference for me. A lot of people wondered why this optic kind of took over by storm. It's really the prongs on the left and right side. So let's try to aim somewhere we can just really get a view of it. I guess if we come here, the prongs on the left and right side of this optic help center more than you realize. Obviously, having a dot in the center of your screen is great. It's a blue dot. That's always been a preference in Call of Duty. But when you are aiming at targets, you have these prongs that help you line up your target in your peripheral. So you're not even necessarily focusing directly on the blue dot. You know that if the target's between the prongs, you are going to be hitting your shots. So it's a very good optic in terms of stability. When we bring it into the firing range, now we're shooting targets at range. You can see even though the choreo works great, so does the glassless. So this can be ran the same way and vice versa. You can throw a choreo eagle eye on the SVA as well and see these same results. You can actually, it's so accurate, put on the highest zoom scope in the game. We'll throw an 8 times on it and still be incredibly accurate. We're gonna have a lot of visual recoil, but we'll still hit target. It's ridiculous. So could you use this with this optic? Absolutely. Is this something I'm gonna prefer to use at range? Probably not. This is gonna be my medium to long range, but the DG58, this setup right here, this is going to, in my opinion, this would be my preference. This is what I'm gonna wanna use at long range, extra long, like reaching out 150, 200 meter shots, medium range. I like the layout of that build. SVA though, if you have the trigger finger, you have the resources to use it. If you prefer that burst, you want something absolutely pinpoint accurate, go ahead and rock this build. Both of these guns are extremely sufficient and they are absolutely top tier long range right now. If you are using anything else for long range other than maybe the Moors, you're messing up, and especially in ranked, because you can't one shot with a sniper in ranked. These are your best options. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed. If you are new to the channel, enjoy the content, man. Hit that sub button. Crush that like button. I'll catch you all tomorrow for an absolute heater. Let's get it.